So morning, my name's Lee Marshall. I'm the park manager at Burton Constable Park. Just working exciting projects in a minute, working in partnership with KCOM, one of our local providers. It's an exciting project for both the park and KCOM themselves. I'll now hand it over to Ollie, who's from KCOM, and he'll explain the project in full to you all.
You can see our lads are already hard at work installing up to 8,000 metres worth of ducting, which has all been direct buried underground, which will look to link up over 400 plots to super fast broadband, all which is provided through KCOM, a local company which has been around 120 years. And we also want to work in partnership with local businesses like Burton Constable, who a statement within Hull. What we look for in KCOM is we like to make sure that we don't leave anybody behind. So I believe that when it comes to your holiday parks, when it comes to your small villages, when it comes to being out in the sticks, we believe that everyone should have access to super fast broadband. This will allow everybody to do that. Some of our engineers are local lads, so they have stayed on here, they've camped on here as kids. Some of them actually do volunteering work with the park already, working alongside clearing the fishing lakes. So there's already sort of that bond between us and people on the park. And as you can imagine, 400 plots with access to up to 900 megabytes of internet. It's going to open up so many avenues for people. You'll be able to stream, you'll be able to use your Hive, you'll be able to watch multiple TV programmes, you'll be able to have your tablets running, your phones running, while not having to worry about the internet dropping out. Because it's all direct fed to the properties underground through our ducting service, it's one fibre to your property. You don't share the fibre, which means you don't share the download speed. This isn't the first time that they've taken on something new and taken on something which is quite exciting for KCOM and Burton Constable. The team for the last 4 years have been working out in rural villages. Again, it's to make sure that everyone's connected, and we don't want to stop there. This is a venture for us, and this is a challenge for us, which have been brilliant to get involved with Burton Constable. We have so many people involved in this. This has taken months of planning from our planners, from our engineering managers, down to site visits from our team leaders, down to our gangers and our civils team coming down to trial. And then our next sort of phases, which have been planned in the background, we've got our cable and jointers. We currently have our cabling team starting to pull the span through from Burton. So you may more than likely start to see, as you're coming through Burton and through into Sproatley, you'll see some of our larger vans. They'll be pulling the main span cable through, which is fed from our exchange in Burton. So there's a lot going on. It's very exciting. It's one of them projects which a lot of people won't get to see, because as we know, going around and what's going on currently everywhere, everyone's coming in, we're popping up telegraph poles, spanning a cable and leaving. We bury it underground because we believe that on a site like this, in villages, it's safer, it's better, it's cleaner, it's tidier. What I'd like to say to anyone in the park, if you've got any questions for the team, there's going to be between 10 and 12 highly skilled civils engineers on here, working up to February, March time. Obviously, the weather dependent. They're all approachable on the site. You can approach two of our gangers. We have a gang leader, Will Rudd, and a gang leader, Owen Clint. They'll be on the site at all times. If you've got any questions, if you just want to know what's going on, if you want to know how fibre works, if you want to know what's entailed and you want to know more off the back of this video, reach out to us, come along. The team's more than happy to help you. As you can see, we're 3 days before the break off for Christmas, and they're still putting in meterage. Up to now, we've been on the site 2 weeks, and we've already installed around between 600 and 700 metres of 4-inch ducting. Maybe 20 to 30 caravans already have a duct up to them ready for cable to be pulled through for when or if people decide to take service. The involvement with this has involved so many different sort of parties. We've used local businesses and local suppliers to bring in our materials, our duct, our topsoil. It all comes from local places. As you can tell, we're trying to keep things local because we believe this is about working with the local community. It's bigger than just broadband for us. We're going back to it's making sure that everyone's connected, because nowadays you've got your phones, you've got your tablets, you've got your watches, and I can imagine on here in the summer it's busy. There'll be families, there'll be people wanting to catch up, do FaceTime, speak to families who can't make it on the holiday. All that is our bread and butter. That's what we're here to do, to make sure that everyone stays connected. So as you can see on the ground there, we've got the 4-inch duct. We have 3,800 metres of it on site. The lads will bring this down and the teams will bring it down on a daily basis. Currently, you've got 5 lengths there. This ground here currently is already connected. You can see the team in the back have connected up 2 vans. This site that we've got open, once finished, we'll have connected up another 12 to 15 plots. Then the team will move on. All this will be ducted back to one of our main boxes, which sits in the veg. Again, if you see these about and you see them on site and you're not sure why they're there or what they're used for, come across, speak to one of us. We'll take 5 minutes, we'll come across and we'll explain to you why everything runs back to there. This work, it'll be condensed. We'll keep the sites as tight as possible. You will, this time of year, you will see some disturbance in the grass. You'll see some soil. You'll see a bit of the grass not being 100% tidy. But what you'll find in February, March time, as we start to close down and our programme starts to come to an end from our civils point of view, the team will come round, they'll topsoil and they'll grass seed. But these ductings here will hold all the main fibre cables. So when you come to take up service from one of the boxes which you'll see around site, the cable will be pulled from that box through the 4-inch duct, which will all be underground, so you won't see any cables, any mess, and it'll be pulled in straight to the side of your caravan, which next to your gas and electric, you'll see a small 2-inch duct. The cable will pull straight out of there, it'll clip onto your van. This will all be done by the install teams. But again, the reason that we do this work now, and we do the sort of the hard work and the messy work, the reason this is done now is, and when you decide you want to come with us and you want to take up one of our packages, there's no digging up, there's no mess, there's no hassle. Your service will be connected, your router will be turned on, you'll be good to go, and you'll basically be able to stream all the services you need with no dip in service, with no problems, with no connection issues, and you'll see that the benefits that KCOM has to offer for offering ultra-fast broadband.